Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, today I will be redoing / upgrading my Crested Gecko enclosure. I consider myself like a pretty good Crested Gecko owner. However, I feel like it's really easy to lack discipline when it comes to keeping like the freshness and enrichment of your tank up to the highest standard. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do this video today. And also just because it's just past a year since I did this last setup, so I feel like a yearly upgrade / revamp is like a good time frame to kind of like change it up, especially at the start of the year. So there are 3 main steps that I'm going to do in this video. Number 1, buying new plants. Number 2, removing all the old setup. And number 3, setting up the new enclosure, so putting back all like the new and improved stuff back in. I've also already bought her some new cork bark and leaf litter, so I'll put that in as well. So I'll quickly show you a before. This is how her enclosure looks at the moment. So as you can see, the plants don't look terrible, so I probably will incorporate these in the new setup. Like this one at the back's completely fine, this one here is pretty fine, this one looks a bit sad. But just in general, like the main thing I want to do is just upgrade the amount of like logs and branches and hiding spots for her. And also I wanted to do this because I'm actually hoping to breed her this year. So as I was saying, yeah, I'm hoping to breed her this year, so I basically just want her to be as like happy and healthy as possible. So yeah, step 1, let's go to the garden centre and pick out some new plants. Okay, hey guys, it is a couple days later and I'm about to set up the enclosure, but I just wanted to quickly show you the plants I got from the garden centre. So the first one I got was this pothos. I think it's also known as devil's ivy. And then I also got this little Schefflera umbrella tree plant because it's pretty. And then last of all, I just got this tiny, I'm not actually sure the proper name for this, but I think it's known as a wandering dude, because I want to put it like on the ground close to the front. So those are the only ones I bought, but I've also got some cuttings that I've been growing for ages, so I'm probably going to use these as well. And I really want to use that one in the middle there. So yeah, I'm just going to use a mixture of kind of everything, including the ones that are already in there. I don't really have a plan for anything. I'm just going to play it by ear, see what I think looks good. I'll probably end up moving things around like all the time, so yeah. Gloves are on. They didn't last very long, as you'll see. The first thing I had to do was locate Little Miss Binks, as I like to call her. She's named after Jar Jar Binks. I thought she was a boy for ages, but anyway, there she is, little cutie. I felt really bad putting her in the little tub because she was shedding and she gets quite stressed out easily. The next thing I had to do was just remove everything from the tank. Here's me showing you the isopods, which I was really gassed about because I can't ever really see them normally, so I never know how many is in there, but I was happy because there was quite a lot in there. Plants were quite easy to take out as well, which was quite good because I didn't rip any of the roots. And then this one here was so long, I couldn't believe how long it got. Then the next thing I did was just wipe down all the sides with a vinegar water solution just to get off all the calcium deposits or anything else that was stuck on there. But this actually didn't work very well, so I ended up using a razor just to like scrape off most of it. The next thing I did was add in some fresh soil. This is just to freshen up the old soil. There's nothing wrong with the old soil, but I just thought I could do with a little bit more and just give the plants some like fresh nutrients. Making sure it's nice and mixed in with all the other stuff. Then this next step was to basically arrange the cork bark however I wanted it. This was definitely the longest part of the whole thing. It took me ages, just because not only are you having to make sure it's all balanced and like fitting together and sturdy, you have to kind of like envision the plants around it as well. And I could have put the plants in to like kind of see how it would have looked. I just kind of tried to imagine it instead. I only had a certain amount of wood, so I definitely knew I wanted something on the back that she could climb up and potentially hide behind. I didn't have like enough to cover the entire wall because I still wanted to have a couple of pieces by the front, so I kind of just ended up making like a long strip down the middle, which turned out good. Maybe one day I'll be brave enough to try doing that whole like foam silicone thing to keep everything in place. Next step was to just add in the plants. So I'm just playing around with them, seeing kind of where I want them to go and what looks best. I knew I wanted this ficus plant to be creeping up the back logs that I'd put there, because I don't know, I just love the way it looks. It looks like it's kind of just like gone wild a bit and just grown everywhere. And these plants will just grow in really nicely, I think, and create a lot more coverage once they've all grown in. Next up, I put the sticks in. This was one of my favourite parts as well, just because it's like fun seeing it all come together, and this is the part she's going to be roaming around on most, so I was excited about this because I didn't really have too many of those before. This was a bit difficult as well though, just to like balance everything and make sure it was sturdy enough, because she is pretty fat. I wanted it to be stable enough to hold her weight. I then sprayed everything down, and ideally I would have put in some more isopods and springtails at this point, but I didn't have any at the time. Next up was leaf litter, so I just scattered this all over the ground, and at this point I was pretty much done. Right guys, after a good few hours, I think I finally got it to where I kind of want it. I would ideally really like to have even more like hiding spaces for her, because I feel like she's got a lot of branches now which she didn't have last time, but she's got that plant at the back which she likes going in, but I would like to get her like a tube log so she can go in there. So yeah, I'll get that for her soon, hopefully. So yeah, now for the best part, let's put on the lights and see how it looks. So the only thing left to do at this point was introduce Binks into her new home. Obviously she was a bit skittish at first because she'd just been out of her tank for ages, so I just wanted to leave her basically for a bit, but later on that night she was roaming around and I could just tell she loved it, so I was just so happy to see her using all the branches. And yeah, So that is everything, guys. I didn't film an outro, but I'll just say bye now. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm not an expert at this, but I'm more than happy to learn more if you have any tips for me. But yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.